21 here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We've got NBA basketball. Tomorrow we've got. I'm ahead of myself. Got NFL Monday Night Football. We got Major League Baseball. We got NHL, and of course a whole lot of banter that some people are going to love, and well, others are going to complain about it. See you in just a second with the gang.
Hi, it's Mitch from PickDawgz.com.
Oh, for sure. These games have to be high drama.
Here we go again. I'm going to go big and see what happens.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. I don't know. I think I messed that up. I think I've had Brian in the corner somehow in the pictures. But oh, well. We'll get it right. But that's our intro that we're working on. It's work in progress. I like it. Anyways.
I like what I'm seeing so far, Mitch, of that intro. I was watching it late on YouTube there.
But I think I got Brian in the corner somehow. I got to figure out how to get him out of there. But,
well, I love how Brian says we're going to go big.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yep.
We're going big?
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Yeah, we're going big.
That's what it says. That's what you say.
We're going big.
You say it. Probably was the Timberwolves or something.
Well, we did cash the
big on
Timberwolves.
them
Me and Rod
T-Wolves
cashed the Timberwolves the other night when they were laying a point at home, and that was an easy one.
When was this?
That was a few days, maybe a week or two ago.
It's like a new Jeopardy category. I cashed 3 weeks ago for 200, please. I cashed last Thursday on the Eagles.
I remember all my winners, not my losers.
I ask you that you only judge me on my losers because I have so few. Wolf of Wall Street. I don't ask you to judge me on my winners. I ask you to judge me on my losers because I have so few.
Those are the ones I remember.
Oh,
Man,
of
I
course.
hate when I lose those ones.
Oh, yeah.
Remember every single loss.
They've showed that CeeDee Lamb touchdown about 700 times.
That broke my spirit yesterday. That was the final nail in the coffin.
It was definitely not a good one.
Because once you got to overtime and they won the coin flip, it was a pretty good mathematical probability of covering.
That they would at least kick a field goal. Right?
Yeah.
That they would at least get a field goal. That's all we needed was for them to get a field goal. That was all we needed.
A stupid play call on third down to throw it deep and he'd. Anyway, that's one game.
It is what it is. It happens. It's the NFL. We move on, and the beauty of the NFL is it's only week 6, so we still have 12 weeks of NFL left to go. It's only 1/3 of the way through.
Yep.
The regular season, and it's not even. We had a game tonight.
You say that, and it's going to go in a blank.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Already
I know.
1/3. I can't believe we're here.
Well, it's like college football season is halfway through, and the NBA starts tomorrow. I'm super excited about that. So, who was the worst? Who was the biggest disappointment yesterday? I'd have to say the Cleveland Browns. Just not showing up at all against the Cardinals at home. With the Cardinals, is it that the Cardinals are this good, or the Browns, they're just a 3-3 team? And, we have to pretty much accept that it's going to be the Ravens and the Steelers again. I mean, is that where we're at here?
I think the Browns are out of their league. I think we expect them to be a lot better. They're a lot better on paper, but they're not coming out and they're not playing like they should. I don't think it was Arizona yesterday. I think this Browns team is beat up and they're just not getting the job done.
So Stephen A. Smith is, and everybody on that I watched when I was working out this morning, they were just crushing Baker Mayfield. They were just absolutely all over him. They've been all over him for a couple weeks now. And Stephen A. Smith is like, trade Odell Beckham to Green Bay. And everyone's like, the league will veto that thing so fast. And I think it would be interesting to see if I do think you put Odell Beckham on the Packers, they go to the Super Bowl. I do believe that. But I don't know. Aaron Rodgers taunting the Chicago fans. That was kind of fun.
He's an asshole.
Right. That was kind of weird.
I love Rodgers. Come on, Brian.
I hate that motherfucker. I hate that guy.
Look at
He
his
does own them, though. He completely owns them.
look at his record against them.
Yeah. He destroys them every time.
So let's look at some of these guys. Is it the guy or is it the situation? Okay, Jared Goff. Brian, do you think it's him or do you think it's his situation?
Combination.
How about you, Rod? What do you think?
Yeah, I think Goff's a combination of both.
Joe?
I think
his
it's
coach,
the guy.
His coach ripped him. His coach
Jared Goff,
ripped
it's
him.
the guy.
Coach ripped him after the game.
I think you could put Goff on like a super defensive team like the old Baltimore Ravens, and maybe
He was on a super defensive team.
Well, they were 10-6. You know, they were.
They went to the Super Bowl and he
went to
couldn't
the Super
complete a
Bowl.
pass. He couldn't
So
complete
yeah,
a
he
pass.
can get you there.
Yeah, but he couldn't complete a pass when he got there.
Well, we know how he got there, so I don't think he would have got there. Anyways.
How about
He's
Daniel
a
Jones?
bottom.
How about Daniel Jones? Is it him or is it the Giants? Joe?
I think it's the Giants. 100%. Daniel Jones
the coach,
is the Giants.
maybe? Joe Judge?
His coach, his offensive line. This kid has no protection whatsoever.
How much would you have paid to see a video like when the Giants were driving down the field on that opening drive of like Brian and Rod's living room, like after giving out the Giants on shows yesterday?
I would have loved to have seen it.
I would have liked to have seen it too.
Loved to have seen it.
They were driving.
No, I was just thinking. Now I got to hear it from Mitch. And that's the only thing I was thinking about.
I don't really care. I cashed a giant ticket on that thing. That was my biggest bet of the year.
You got one.
I got the right one. That's the thing. It's like maybe I got one, and maybe I'm not even having a good NFL year. But you know what? If you pick your spots, you hit your right ones.
Yeah.
That's really what it matters. It's like you never hear me about like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go small" or whatever. It's like, oh, the safe bet. I mean, just like the Braves yesterday. I mean, you got even money, and I got plus 165. Right?
That's true, but they were down 4-2 at one point.
So
and
what?
We needed some help.
The game doesn't end at down 4-2 at some point. The thing is, if you lose, you actually lose more than I do. If you win,
I lose 15.
If you win,
15,
you win a lot less than I do.
15 cents more than you do.
Right. So, but that's 15%. But that's 15%. It's not 15 cents. It's 15% of the bet. And then if on the upside, you lost 65%. So it's like I don't understand the strategy, but that's.
I take the money line because I felt like it was a one-run game either way. We already went through this yesterday. One-run game either way, and I felt safer with the 1.5. I thought that was the better bet. But you won and you doubled your. I wouldn't say it wasn't a double, but it
wasn't a double.
Nice payout.
It wasn't a double, but it was
plus 150 or
something. It was better than even money or whatever. That's for sure.
I still cash.
A win is a winner though. So I take the plus 1.5 too, and I would take it again in that same spot. I would take it again, just because I knew the game was coming down. It was going to be a one-run game, so I'd rather make sure that I was a winner. And
I just don't believe that's a viable sports betting strategy. Like over the long term, is to play it safe and to play.
There's sometimes you take the money line. Sometimes
I don't. The house doesn't play that way, and it's like the house generally wins, and the house is super aggressive, and it's like. You need to be super aggressive. The house is super aggressive. They're taking the other side. They're taking the other side. When people go up there and say, I want Alabama on the money line at minus 3,800, the house is taking the other side of that action. They'll say, I'll take it. Yeah, okay. You want to do it? I'll take it. And it's like the house always wins, right? It's when do you hear about a book going under, You don't. You don't. And it's like, so they're on the other side of that. It's like anytime you go off, it's kind of like, at the casino games, the further you get away from the mean, it's like the potential of winning is slimmer and slimmer. So the more aggressive you need to be in your bets. So basically that's like playing one token in a 3-token slot machine, 3-token max slot machine. That's what that is doing. Well, I want to limit my liability, but yeah, if you hit the mega bucks instead of getting 28 million, you get $5,000. And that's the rub.
Personally, I believe that what keeps books making money is the greed of people and the aggressiveness, because they can have a huge day like Sunday, but then instead of their normal bet, maybe they'll go all in tonight on tonight's game and then lose it all. It just takes one win from the books.
I don't think so. I think there's way more to it than
I get greedy myself. I start winning and then my bets start going up and then I end up losing. You
can't bank on public mentality, on that. They have a tried and true system, and it is taking that edge, and the odds are basically in their favor when the game starts. They have an edge on every single game, and it's like your only chance is to be aggressive and to go for plus money, and that is what the house is doing. It's just like playing the don't come. Imagine if they let you become the bank in Pie Gal, but they don't let you become the bank in blackjack. That's for damn sure, right? In craps, they let you play the don't, but they charge you ridiculous to do so, right? For that privilege to play the don't, they pay you you have to pay way up for that. So it's like basically when you look at the mathematics of the gambling over time, moneyline dogs is the way to go. Big ones, Imagine if you had, imagine if you had Louisiana Monroe on the money line on Saturday. Imagine what the house position.
Well, you scared me off of that game, so.
I scared you off. Since
I would have
when?
taken. I would have taken the points. But
since when have I ever scared you off a bet?
I didn't feel like being ridiculed by saying, I like Louisiana.
I wouldn't have I ridicule you anyway, man. It's like we were on the same side of the Braves game. I'm ridiculing you now. This is what I do. This is my shtick. Everyone knows that.
I would never think that Liberty would lose that game outright, not in a million years.
No, of course not. But the house had a position, where I'm sure there was a bettor out there that had Louisiana Monroe on the money line. I'm sure there was. But I'm sure it was a very small, because or else we would have read about it.
How many people tossed in the money line of Liberty on all their stupid parlays for no reason?
Zero. At Liberty, yeah. The house, that was the house's position, was them for, they won on that. Because we know you do that.
No, I don't think I've ever done that.
You just take the plus 1.5.
I can't say ever, because over a decade is a long time, but I don't remember ever doing that.
Okay, Brian, we're not here to judge, except when we're judging.
No,
I want to say hi to everyone watching, and thanks for joining us this morning.
Both tickets cashed is the bottom line. Your ticket cashed a little bigger than Brian's ticket on the Braves game. That's all it is.
But imagine if they would have just scored one run in that bottom of the eighth, and it was 4-3.
But I'm just saying, over the long-term strategy, that differential in cashing is 6 bets in going 500.
Oh, for sure.
Of a cushion. If you go 500, we don't
do that all the time.
But if you go 500, if you go 6 and 6, I'm even. Brian has lost. Brian has lost 60% of his initial investment.
Brian hasn't made 6 of those plus 1.5 bets all season long. Sure, I can guarantee. I don't think he's made 6.
Yes, we can go back and watch the tape. He absolutely.
Have you made more than 6?
Absolutely.
I guarantee. I haven't more than plus 1.5.
Oh, Mayor McCheese over here? Oh, you kidding?
I don't take plus 1.5. I don't take 1.5 when you're like laying minus 140 or minus 150. What opens up my eyes is when it's around minus 110 or so, and I know that there's heavy minus 1.5 action. And
do you like tartar sauce on that fish sandwich, or?
I don't like tartar sauce because it has there's something in there that gives my mouth ulcers. It's too acidic for me, so I'm not a big tartar sauce guy.
You are the filet of fish.
Boy, I'm sorry. Tartar sauce is made with mayonnaise. It's that red sauce, whatever the red sauce is.
That's seafood sauce.
Oh, yeah. What is that red seafood sauce called?
That's ketchup and horseradish. A little bit of lemon juice.
It's called cocktail sauce.
Cocktail sauce. That's what I can't have. I can have tartar sauce. That's just mayo.
I'm horseradish intolerant.
I can't eat anything spicy, so I couldn't go out with Joe and order anything like pepper.
Joe drinks hot sauce.
You wouldn't survive a day in my house.
Joe drinks hot sauce out of the bottle.
Yeah, my mouth.
Basically, the bottle of hot sauce. It lasts a week in my house.
Joe's like the woman at Costco you see with the shopping cart with the 2 giant things of hot sauce, and they're like, holy crap.
Yeah, and I'm back the next week. They're like, man, my kids love it. We love spicy curries, vindaloos, everything.
There you have it.
Yeah, nothing spicy for me.
There you have it. Anyways, we've got Monday Night Football tonight. We've got the Bills and the Titans. These teams know each other extremely well. The Titans have been Jekyll and Hyde this season. Julio Jones looks to be back for this. Antonio Brown, he's questionable or whatever, or not Antonio Brown, but Brown, questionable for this one. But I'm gonna guess he's gonna play.
It says he has an illness though, so it all depends
if it's illness and they're not playing, it always says illness out is the key word there. So I'm gonna guess he's gonna play. But the line moving higher here. Definitely people pounding the Bills. The Bills, just have been superlative outside one half of football against the Steelers. Bills have just been have looked like the best team in the NFL. You hear all these discussions of, who's the best and, all this other stuff, who's the best in the NFC and who's the best in whatever. But it's been the Buffalo Bills that have clearly been the best team in the NFL this season. It really hasn't been close outside of that, 30 minutes of football against the Steelers at home. It has been pure domination, and it's been not against really the bad teams either or in favorable spots. Went into Miami, shut out the Dolphins, beat up on the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday night on the road.
That was their only win, though.
Sunday night on the road. I don't know, number one defense, number one against the run, number one against the pass,
Dolphins.
number one against whatever. Everybody plays the same teams, Brian. I mean,
yeah, but they had a weaker schedule, so the
obviously
Steelers
you have the Titans here, and we'll see
No.
what happens
I'm
here,
just arguing the fact that I think Arizona might be having the better season so far than the Buffalo Bills.
Not
the Bills
statistically, it's not there.
Even the Chiefs are in a down year.
It's just the loser of the Super Bowl doesn't usually go to the playoffs the next year. But the thing is that when you look at the Bills and you look at the statistics and you look at the numbers, it's tough to argue where they sit statistically here, which is number one in total defense, 250 yards per game. It's like Georgia's rushing defense, allowing just 78 yards a game up here against Derrick Henry. Now, the thing is that the Titans, while they can run the football, they don't have a balanced attack. They're 27th in passing the football, while the Bills are, first. They're second in every single defensive category. The only one that they're actually number two is in takeaways. They 13 takeaways in 5 games for the Bills so far this season, up against Ryan Tannehill, who let's just call him what he is, right? He sucks. He's terrible. He's a good runner.
Oh, but come on, he beat the Jaguars.
Right, he did beat the Jags. He's a super good runner.
Yeah,
he's a super good runner, but, I mean, we saw him in Miami, right? I mean, anytime there's ever any pressure in this guy, anytime he's ever in a big game against a good team, he's never gotten it done, ever, right? So, here it is, a big spot, and, for the Bills, obviously a lot to prove this season, losing last year in the championship game. Number one in offense as well, 34.4 points per game. So they're number one offense, number one defense in the NFL statistically. There's really not a lot of arguing here you can do, Brian, as far as I see you're looking at your numbers, but these numbers, I'm just reading numbers.
Well, you say Tannehill doesn't have any big wins. I mean, he did knock off the Ravens in that playoff game. Ravens came in, I believe, as the number one seed, and they were not the number one, but Titans were a wild card team. They went didn't they beat the Patriots and then beat the Ravens? So he has had some big wins.
Yep. Was it 3 years ago?
2 years ago, right?
3 years ago. So, 3 years ago he beat the Ravens once. Okay. Give it to you. I don't know. Obviously, you like the Titans here. Brian, tell everyone why.
No, for me in this game, as far as the total goes, there's no real obvious over or under as far as like people are all over the over or the under. This one's pretty much 50-50, but for me, I'm going to go with the under here because you got two teams that like to run the football. Even the Bills do like to run the football. They're the 5th best rushing attack in the NFL. Titans, I believe, are number 2 in running the football. I believe the Titans want to keep this game close and compete. They're going to have to control the pace of the game, and to do that, they need to run the football. So I think this game goes under the total here. I think we see a lot of I think this game clock's going to move fast tonight, so I'm going to take the under 53.5.
Rod, last year we saw these two teams play. Tennessee 42, Buffalo 16. Tennessee was a 3-point home dog in that game. There's a 6-point home dog tonight. It was all Tennessee then. It's about a year ago, that this game happened. It was October 13th of last year. Of course, no fans in the stands. I don't know, a little bit of revenge factor here for the Bills, maybe. Maybe this little circle on the calendar for this one.
Well, I'm sure that's what they had, but there's a tough spot here as well. They have 2 road games against 2 tough teams. This could be a letdown spot for the Bills as well. They just beat the Chiefs, which was their that was their top of the
42
right?
to
so now you got to come back down here.
They're going to let down? 42 to 16. It's probably the worst loss in the last 5 years.
For me, I like the over in this one because just like I said, 42-16. Titans are going to put up points. Bills, I can guarantee you, are going to score more than 16 points in this one for sure. As they scored more than 35 points in the last 4 straight games. So that offense is ticking right along, and I think Tennessee can put some in too. So give me the over 54 in this one. I think we see lots of points. I'm not taking no under.
This is like the revenge tour for the Bills. Chiefs and Titans, the 2 teams that got them last year. Joe?
Yeah, this is an interesting one. I think people are looking too much at this underdog stat that the underdog is 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 meetings, because you look at this and the underdog has been Buffalo. When we look at the last 4 games, Buffalo was the underdog 3 of those games. Tennessee was the underdog in their last game where they did win this one 42-16. That total went over 52. The other 3 games hit that under. I'm with Brian. I think this is going to be an under matchup. The under hitting 3 of these last 4, and I'm seeing the money all on this over. I don't think we get there. I'd be looking at the Titans or the Buffalo's team total over theirs, but I don't see the Titans getting the points tonight.
All right. I like the over in this one. Bills just carve them up like a turkey. I think they're going to really have revenge in mind. We're going to see them roll it up on them, kind of like what we've seen them do.
I think that 3 previous unders were all Mariota at quarterback as well. I think that was awful. Where's he now?
He's the backup quarterback for the Raiders.
He's injured.
Right.
No, he's back. He was healthy yesterday.
Let's look at Ryan Tannehill's career numbers. Let's take a look at him versus Mariota. It ain't gonna be pretty. I'll tell you that much.
I'd much rather have Tannehill than Mariota.
Well, we know, Brian. You took the Giants yesterday too. It was a good call.
Oh my God. Now, see, Mitch puts words in my mouth and tells everybody I'm on the Titans, but it's obvious he likes the Bills tonight. So, we'll see.
I know you don't watch the game, so it's like you don't see just what a mismatch this is.
I sat on my couch from 1 o'clock until 7:45 or 8 o'clock. I don't know when the Patriots game was over. Watching the Red Zone channel, I watched every single game, all in the Red Zone. But so I saw every game yesterday. I didn't watch much of the Sunday night game.
I just can't get behind this Titans team. They beat the Jets beat them. They beat the Jaguars. Like, wow. They beat the Jaguars. Like, seriously.
Congratulations.
How are they going to score any points against this defense of the Buffalo Bills? They're not going to score anything tonight.
Look at the Buffalo Bills' upcoming schedule after this game tonight. There's absolutely no pressure on Buffalo to win this game. They had, I think, the crap of the league. They got the Miami Dolphins coming up. They got
Ryan,
I believe another game against
the 42 to 16. They lost the last time they played them. They played them last year. They lost 42 to 16. You don't think they care? Have you ever met a professional athlete? Have you ever met one?
I'm just saying they have cupcakes.
Let's call
3
one
in a row and a
Joe
bye
knows
week.
tons. Let's call one and ask if they care.
Okay, actually, we probably could. I'm sure all of them would answer the phone right now at this time in the morning.
I'm sure they would. Let's call them and let's ask them if they care that someone beat them 42 to 16 the last time they played. Ask them if they care. Oh, they care. Trust me, I know a bunch myself. Trust me on this. They absolutely care. They absolutely 100% care.
Buffalo Bills have a bye week next week. Then they play the Dolphins, Jags, and Jets and Colts. All bottom feeders. There's no pressure on Buffalo to win this game. If they lose it, no big deal. They got 4 wins on deck. This is a must-win game for the Titans at home.
Yeah.
National TV, so
I see it. And the other side of it, maybe the Titans just have their number, right? I mean, they beat them like that last year. Maybe there's certain teams that just have their number, right? Like the Rams have the Giants' number, right?
And all this winning by Buffalo has inflated the number. It's inflated by at least 2 points here tonight. So 4 straight wins. All the bandwagon jumpers are. It's an obvious call tonight. You got me going. I couldn't help it.
Well, it's not.
We'll see who answers back the fastest. I'll give you your answer. I'm going to text a couple here.
I'm glad we have Joe here to keep us under control.
Keep you under control? Is that what I do?
All right.
I'll let you know when I get an answer.
I don't think Brian likes all underdogs.
No, I liked the Colts yesterday. They weren't underdogs.
He takes favorites all the time.
Minnesota Vikings, that was a favorite.
Mike Gallo, ex-pitcher of the Houston Astros, wrote back and he said, "Hell yes, we do not forget when we lost to a team the previous year."
Believe me, they care.
Yeah.
They very, very much care. He was on the Astros team that lost to the White Sox in the World Series.
I never said that they didn't care.
Yeah, you did. You said they don't care.
I said
clearly
Buffalo,
said it. Let's go back. Let's roll the tape.
I said it's not a must-win game for Buffalo because they got a bunch of cupcakes on deck after their bye week. So
you said they could care less.
This is a necessity win for the Titans. They need to show up tonight. They're 3-2. And who is Buffalo? They beat one good team, the Chiefs, and even the Chiefs are questionable in my eyes.
So the Titans beat.
They beat the Texans, the Dolphins, 2 of the worst teams in the NFL.
And they lost to the Jets. They beat the Colts. They beat the Seahawks. They lost to Arizona 38-13. They were undressed in that game. 27-24 in overtime against the Jets. Yeah.
That one leaves a mark. But Jets are better than the Dolphins, so that's not too much.
We're going to find out because they play each other twice, right? So you don't have to worry about the argument there.
Dolphins are now the worst in the AFC East.
Now you got Mike Gallo going off about how much he hated the Dodgers winning that World Series season. Is paragraphs after paragraphs.
See?
And the battles with the Cardinals in 04 and 05, they're still fresh in his mind.
See?
Yeah.
16 years later.
He's still mad.
He's still mad right now.
These guys think they forgot about the game last year.
Starting my morning off that way.
These guys think they forgot about the game last year.
I think on Tuesday morning, tomorrow morning, you're going to hear a lot of crying about the game being fixed and the referees being in the pockets of this. And
is that what happened in Denver yesterday?
I just think
what happened in Denver yesterday, Brian? Was the game fixed there? Was the game fixed in Denver yesterday? Because I think number 11 just caught another 80-yard bomb because he was wide open all freaking day. He's still open. So,
but this is Monday Night Football.
Anyone watch that game? Joe, you think number 11 is still open for the Raiders? You think they maybe decided to put someone on them?
Monday's the last week of the sports betting week.
It's like, Tuesdays, how about this? How about this is with the Broncos? This is their defense for number 11, right? It's like, how about if he catches the ball like another 80-yarder and we throw the challenge flag this time? Okay, it lands in his hands, he catches it, and then he happens to trip over his own 2 feet because there's not a defender within 50 yards of the guy. And then someone runs over and taps him. And how about if we just challenge it and maybe that'll stop him? I don't know, because whatever we're doing, we're just going to let him run free all day long and see how that works. And then what we'll do is, instead of doing that, when they hand the ball to the other guy, the bigger of the backs, 28, is it? We'll just let him run right up the middle on us, just pound us. And then, you know what? This hurts. I don't even want to touch him. It's like, I mean, basically that's what happened, right, in that game.
Yeah. I got a message also back from a coach saying that we have those games circled where we lost it severely and we should have won it.
This is payback time.
Absolutely. We got Mike Gallo still texting. Marvin Powell just texted 100%. We're lights out in those games.
Yeah, I'd expect to see the superlative effort from the Bills tonight. Like textbook surgery.
That's your prediction. My prediction on Tuesday, there'll be a lot of crying about the refereeing and the game was fixed.
What I'll be hearing is the squares got him. The squares got him.
Monday night's a different animal. Monday Night Football is a different animal, especially the way this weekend. Especially the way Sunday went. So we'll see how it goes. But that's my prediction. There'll be a lot of crying on Tuesday.
Squares got him this week.
Oh, the penalty, roughing the quarterback. There'll be a lot of phantom calls, but as long as they go the way of the Titans, I'll be happy.
Josh Allen just not really a roughing the quarterback type of quarterback, is he? He's more. I think he delivers the blow. He's not a stud.
I like him.
He's not a roughing the passer type guy.
I might dislike him after tonight. We'll see.
Anyways,
Marvin Powell said, make sure you look at the college ones too. Huge games that are circled off losses like that.
Well, we saw the Hurricanes this weekend get a little bit of revenge.
They didn't get any revenge.
They covered the spread.
No one cares. Trust me, no one cares.
They could have won that game.
No, they should have won. They should have won. The guy threw the interception.
They remembered that
batted ball. Oh, of course they did, and they had a chance to get the revenge. They didn't get it. Lost. Yep, I agree with you. I agree with everyone in the comments. I think that one of the quarterbacks to get the first touchdown is definitely not a reach at all. And I also like Diggs.
Oh, for sure.
Gonna have to send
against that soft Titans secondary. Look, you should carve him up. I think Diggs could have one of the greatest Monday night performances I ever saw was James Lofton. One night had I think 280 receiving yards. I think that record could go tonight. He was also on the Bills.
You remember what college he went to?
James Lofton.
Oh, I'm sorry, Andre Reed. That's who I was thinking of. Never mind.
He had James Lofton on Monday Night Football for the Bills. He had one game that was ridiculous. It was, I don't know what it was. Too many stat things out here. Most receiving yards in a game on Monday Night Football. I wonder. I think this record could go tonight. On Monday Night Football. What are you selling tonight while I'm Googling this stuff, Brian?
I got my Monday Night Money Shot 3-pack today, or it's a play, one in the NFL, one in Major League Baseball, and one in the NHL. So my best bet's my NFL Monday Night Money Shot, but I guess everybody can guess that one. So maybe you'll want to pick up Maybe you want to pick out my NHL President's Choice. We're a nice start in the NHL. We're going to try to keep it rolling tonight. I think it's the best bet and value on the ice. Or pick up the YouTube VIP Premium. I'm definitely giving out one of these picks on there.
So the game that I was thinking about was against James Lofton, Buffalo against Cincinnati. Very similar spot to this one. He had 220 yards on 8 receptions with 2 touchdowns. But actually, one of the receivers for the Titans had a bigger night on Monday Night Football. Julio Jones against the Packers, 259 yards, 11 receptions, just 1 touchdown on 17 targets. The all-time leader is the all-time leader. That's
Jerry Rice.
289 yards, 14 catches, 3 touchdowns. It's like it's always like for Jerry Rice, all the Jerry Rice records are always like, he's way ahead of everybody, right? And then it's like the big drop.
It's not even close.
It's like Gretzky, Monday night, right? It's
most receiving yards on Monday night. Everybody else.
I know. It's always like that.
6, 9,
but he
12,
played
like 20.
He played a ton on Monday night. But the thing is that John Taylor, who was his other receiver, has the second most. 286. But it's rare that you have the 3 touchdowns on Monday night. Gary Clark, he was one of the Smurfs. 11 catches for 241 yards. Wes Chandler, oh man, was he good, Charger. He played on the other side of John Jefferson, who's Jordan Jefferson's father, right? And John Jefferson, amazing. He was in that Air Coryell Fouts offense. 10 catches, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was the 82 Chargers. Same ones that beat the Dolphins in the Kellen Winslow game. That was hell of a team. Then Don Beebe, when he was on the Packers, did it. 11 catches, 220 yards. Man, there's been some big Monday night games. Don Maynard still hangs in there from 1969 from the Jets. There's always on these lists, there's always like the outlier names that you just don't think are going to be there. And it's Drew Bennett for the Titans. 12 catches, 3 touchdowns, 220 yards in 2004. Ray Shalito is a good after the game better. He's giving out Raiders money line for yesterday today. Congratulations. I think I like your chances on that one. Rod, what are you selling? Any hockey?
Yeah, for me, it's I got a monumental Monday triple. Went off a nice winning weekend. I got 3 best bets in Monday's action. I got 1 NHL, 1 NFL, and 1 MLB. My 10-star Gridiron Crusher, my NHL Roof Job, and my MLB Diamond Crusher. Jump aboard. This triples get a perfect way to start your week. A nice winner. Jump aboard.
Love it. I could use a Roof Job.
James Lofton here with 2 different teams. Also on here with the Packers. Some guys just do it on Monday nights, right? Otis Taylor, man. Remember him? Man, was he good. 1971 with the Chiefs against the Steelers. 190 yards on 6 catches. That's a game right there.
That's before my time.
That's a men and boys. 31.7 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns. Otis Taylor was the king of the one-hander. He used to be able to stick the one arm up in traffic and bring him down. He was good on Chiefs. Len Dawson was his quarterback. And I date myself.
I was going to say, you were probably watching that in college there on Monday Night Football.
I'm kidding. I was watching at the bars, I was like in my mid-30s. Stephon Page for the Chiefs. 187.
What's the record for rushing touchdowns on Monday Night Football?
Here's your Eagle, Fred Barnett. Rushing touchdowns got to be Earl Campbell. It's
Arkansas.
Gotta be, man. Gotta be Earl or Tony Dorsett.
Maybe Derrick Henry will break that record tonight. You never know.
That happens. Your under's toast.
Yeah.
Because
That's not gonna happen.
It's Bo. 221 yards in that Bosworth game. In the game he ran over Bosworth. 18 carries for 221 yards. Number 2, Ricky Williams, Dolphins against the Bears. 216 on 31 carries. They just gave it to him every single play. Thurman Thomas is 3. Le'Veon Bell against the Titans. 204 yards. Sean Alexander, 201 for the Seahawks. And then Earl Campbell, that game against Miami, the one where they show all the highlights where his shirt's coming off and everything. He had in that game, and that was a monster playoff implication game. That one, 199 yards on 28 carries, 4 touchdowns. That was just, one of the most epic performances you'll ever see. The Tyler Rose, Earl Campbell. Oh, man. He is one of the best, one of my favorite running backs. Barry Sanders is on the list. OJ's on this list. Julius Jones for the Cowboys, 198 yards on 30 carries. Any other names? Barry Sanders, Amon Green on this list. D'Angelo Williams, LaShawn McCoy, Justin Forsett, Joe Morris for the Giants, 181 yards. Bryce Brown. A lot of Eagles here, Brian. Nijay Davenport, but it's been a while, since we've seen anybody hit any of these lists. Most of these lists, nothing recent. O.J. Simpson, 197 yards on 17 carries. The juice was loose. That one.
The juice was loose.
The juice was loose. Nijay Davenport for the Packers. Yeah, that Earl Campbell. Garrison Hurst is on this list. He was another good Georgia back. It's like half these backs went to Georgia. And Oklahoma State, too. Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders. Pretty good. Pretty good. Those were all under the Jimmy Johnson regime at Oklahoma State. Butch Davis, Jimmy Johnson. Anyways, we got baseball tonight. Oh, what are you selling tonight, Joe? You got anything for sale? You're killing it in the NFL. Did you go unbeaten yesterday in the NFL?
Yeah, I did. Went 3-0 yesterday. Finally had a sweep on NFL. I've got 4 plays today. I've got a total in the NHL, an underdog in the NHL, MLB, and my NFL best bet.
So what do you think, if Brian calls you a square, because you went 3-0 yesterday, is you take it personally, or you're good with it?
No. No.
When did I say that? There were some good plays.
I said it for you because I saw the look on your face when I said she went 3-0.
I didn't say I didn't have any
smirk.
look.
I had the Packers, the Raiders, and the Rams.
Here? Did you see the little smirk that Brian made there when I said Joe went 3-0?
I totally
it's kind of like.
I don't think I had any.
I think you did. It was kind of pissy.
There was one person that made me smile on the list, but it wasn't her.
It was a little bitchy.
I didn't make you smile? Oh, man. Thanks,
well, no,
Brian.
not because of your picks.
Wow.
Anyway, yesterday, it wasn't the day I always remember is in 2008. It was called Sunday Bloody Sunday. It was the day when every public side hit in the NFL. It was one of my worst betting days in my life. 13 years ago. So,
I definitely wasn't on the public side taking the Raiders plus the points yesterday. Everyone and their dog thought the Raiders were going to get blown out yesterday. Yeah. So
there were some gems in there.
I really am looking for the Raiders to come together more as a cohesive team now. I think they will do it. So look for them to have a good week. Again.
Well, yeah, they didn't like the coach. Not a chance. So you knew.
No, and you know what? They're making a lot of the storyline that Carr has gone to see Gruden and Carr has gone to do this. I really didn't like what the announcers were doing with that yesterday. I thought that was, I don't know. Are they trying to railroad Carr out of the NFL? I don't know.
There's been a lot of players that have stuck up for Gruden, that have come out. So
I would like to see all of the emails. I think if you're going to take all I'm saying is I don't defend what John Gruden said, what he did. I don't defend any of it because I don't even know. I haven't seen any of it, right? But I think you can't take a subset of one coach's emails. You got to look at all the coaches' emails.
Well, imagine if every single player in the league and every single coach and every single GM, every single email.
Imagine this.
There'd be a lot of players.
Imagine this scenario, okay? There's a football coach that's a prick, okay? Imagine this, okay? Who's a name caller, okay? Imagine there's a football coach that, thinks his players are soft, right? Imagine there's a football coach that, has an opinion. Imagine there's a football coach that's a hard ass. I mean, this is basically the world that we live in. This is the world. We live in the participation trophy era, and that's what's going on here. I'm not saying anything that I don't know what he said, right? I don't know what he said because I didn't read the emails, right? If he said anything racist, whatever, well, that's unacceptable, If you call some guy a wimp, it's kind of, you kind of get that. I think when you go to pick up your uniform, and you join the team, I think they say that before you even, it's like, right? It's kind of part of being on the football team. I don't know anyone that's ever played on a football team that hasn't been name called. It's the basketball guys that are sensitive about that thing.
Anyways, they don't baby you. They don't baby you in football.
Speaking about babies, let's get to Major League Baseball. Got the Red Sox taking on the Astros. Rod, what do you think of this one, Fenway Park?
For me, I think we're going to see a whole lot of runs like we normally do. These two teams definitely going to hit the ball, rush the ball. And I think we get an over game in this one. Whole pile of runs. I think you can extend it. It's at 9. I don't even think that's enough. Not even close. You go up to I think we see a dozen or more runs in this game. I don't trust Urquidy and or Eduardo Rodriguez. I think both offenses tee off on in this game. So give me the over. What I like in this one. Astros 4-2 to the over their last 10. Boston 7-3 to the over in their last 10. So yeah, give me the over.
Joe, what do you think?
I'm leaning on the Astros. I love them with this plus money. I think they're the best offensive team, and 4-0 in their last 4 games following a loss. So I think they come into this one and they get this win in Boston.
Rod, how about you? Or Brian, how about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Rod here. I'm gonna go super square here and take the over 9 runs. It's just the over's 10-1-1 last 12 ALCS games. The over between these two teams is hit 4 times straight. You got Urquidy on the mound and Eduardo Rodriguez. Rodriguez has pitched well if you can keep his innings to about 5 a start, but I just think both teams' bats are red hot. No reason not to take the over here and overthink it, so I'm gonna take the over.
I like the over also. I also like the first 5 innings over.
Double it up. I like that.
I like the runs first inning. I don't know what they call it. The riffy.
No nerfy.
Not the nerfy, but the riffy.
No nerfy.
Runs first inning. I like all those things.
Definitely over or riffy. Or riffy.
Yes.
Runs in first inning?
Yes.
A riffy. It's a riffy. Runs
Riffy.
in first inning.
Ken Riffy Jr.
Give us a riffy.
Ken Riffy. All right. It is time for NHL. I almost have enough data that I could actually make picks. Not quite yet. I'm getting there. I need about 10 games. I need about 10 games.
Couple weeks, you'll be good to go.
Yep. But I'm starting to see some trends. Maple Leafs, Rangers, Flyers, Kraken. Joe, what do you think? You ready to lace up the skates for this one?
Yeah, I'm excited for both these games. I think we're going to see both of these games hitting that over. We got a number of 6 in both. Pucks are going to be flying. All 4 of these teams can find the back of the net. For the Flyers, when we look at that game against the Seattle Kraken, Carter Hart, he didn't show great improvement in his last game. He allowed 4 of 39 shots on him. He really needs to step up for the Flyers. So I think that game is going to hit that over. And when we look at the Maple Leafs and the Rangers, this is one that the stats point towards the under, but I'm not seeing it get there. I think Toronto is just going to light up the back of the net, and the Rangers can too. And when we look at New York, they're 2-7 in their last 9 against the, I believe it's against the Leafs. I didn't finish my sentence when I wrote my notes here, but I really do see both of these ones going to that over, easily to the over. We look at the Rangers and the Leafs in their last couple games. they're not averaging higher goals, but the Rangers allowed those 4 goals as well. So I think both these teams will be led by their offenses tonight, and their defenses will need to step up in the future, but they don't get it done tonight.
Yeah, I agree with Joe. I think there's definitely going to be a defensive touchdown in tonight's football game. Rod, what do you think?
For me, I'm going to go with, I agree, the Rangers and Leafs, we're going to see a whole pile of goals. Austin Matthews gets his first start of the season for the Leafs, and he's excited to be in there. So I think we're going to see some goals from the Leafs and the Rangers as well, because the Rangers, what is this, game 4 for them? So, yeah. And you look, you lean, you see their first few games, both of these teams have been under. The Leafs are 3-0 to the under. The Rangers are 2-0-1 to the under. I think we get some goals. We got a breakout game in this one. Give me the over 6. And in the Kraken and the Phillies and then the Flyers, I don't trust the Flyers. Forget it. Give me the Kraken. I'll take the underdog in that one all day, twice on Monday. So give me Seattle over the Flyers.
Brian, Jerry used to record a sack plus 172, yes, or minus 220, no?
No.
All right, I love the yes in that one. Anyways, what do you think of these two games?
Well, you would, but as far as those groupings of two games go, I'm going to lean towards the New York Rangers here. I'm expecting a big improvement from the Rangers here, and the Maple Leafs. They are one of the better teams, that's for sure, but I just think this price is just a tad bit high. So I'll take the plus 165 Rangers for an upset.
I do like Greg Rousseau to get a sack as well. It's plus 116 for that one. It should be a sack fest because...
Well, now I know what to send you for your birthday, a bunch of Buffalo Bills gear, because I think you're getting on their bandwagon.
I'm surprised Rod's not wearing his Cardinals hat today. That's all I got to say. He'll have
Bills, the Bills.
What's the over-under on the week of the season that Rod's sporting the Cardinals or Ravens hat?
Week 9.
I thought for sure he'd have the preseason Ravens hat because they've been unbeaten for so long in the preseason. You know, it's like
week
Ravens...
9?
Preseason.
Depends how fast the Canadian mail is here. So I don't know. Week 9, it might be sooner than week 9.
It's already in the mail. There you go, guys. So under 9 weeks. There we go.
Let's see what we got here. Definitely Kraken on the puck line. There's your plus 1.5. Is that one? That's the one that you take, Brian. That's the layup.
Hot diggity dog.
Yep, that is my hot diggity, too good to be true. So we'll touch the Canadians. All right, next one's Ducks and Flames, and Arizona, St. Louis. Joe, what do you think?
Give me the under in the St. Louis and Coyotes game. I see this one being controlled totally by the defenses of both these teams. Not a high-scoring battle. Both offenses have really struggled. St. Louis. Coyotes. I don't see either team putting up the big points here. So give me the under 5.5. And then as for the Flames, my Flames are going to win this one. If they'll win it on the puck line, I don't know, you guys. I wouldn't take them at minus 185 at all. That's way too much juice. But I wouldn't take them on the puck line against this Ducks team. I think anything can happen in these games, and it's just not worth taking a side in this one for me.
Well, we don't take sides. We just
favorites.
We just point fingers and assign blame. Brian, what do you got here?
Yeah, I'm going to give out the Ducks and Flames on the drive through tonight, so check it out. And the other game, I like the Coyotes here. I'm going to bet $100 on both the Coyotes and Rangers tonight. Coyotes, I think it's their home opener. They are one of the worst teams in hockey, but I think this Blues team, the price is just a little bit too high for them on the road. So I'm going to ride the Arizona Coyotes.
Rod canceling the afternoon nap. He's not going to be able to sleep on pins and needles, waiting for that Bittler drive-through appearance on that Ducks Flames game. Rod, what do you think of these last two? It really was a cliffhanger, right?
Well, it's slim pickings.
Whoa! I wonder who Brian's got. Social media is a buzz.
Well, I do like both the Ducks and Flames. So.
We know. That's,
yeah.
You know, it's the, you know, what can it be? You know, it's.
Hold on, let me look at that nose. Let me see. Okay, I think I know who you got. For me in these ones, I'm going to go with, I agree, give me the under in the St. Louis and Arizona game. Goals are definitely going to be tough to come by. They're awful. They're awful. They, like I said last time, they sold everything off. Even the hot dog stand is gone. There's not much left of this Arizona Coyotes team. So goals, yeah, very low scoring in this one. Blues did score 5 in their first game against the Avs, but that was a higher pace game. This one slows right down. Give me the under 5.5 on that one. And we all know that I'm not a Calgary guy, so I'm definitely on the Ducks. The Ducks.
You got your Ducks quacking, hey?
My dog would have been in there ripping that thing right out of your hand. Would have lasted.
Yeah, because I've got Calgary on full fade, full regression. Calgary does not make the playoffs this season. They don't look. They looked a little bit lost. They played well. They got lots of shots against the Oilers. But they just don't have that one guy to stand up, and until they get that one guy in the team that gets all your other guys going, they don't have that. They lost that. They lost that play.
Absolutely.
They lost that play. Somebody on this Calgary team can stand up and go, "Hey, I'm the guy. Let's go, boys." I'm going to take the Ducks because Getzlaf has done that for the Ducks in the first 2 games. The Ducks are 2-0 on the puck line. They've been 1-goal games, and they've battled. And this was the team that I thought was going to be awful. This Ducks are not bad. You get on the power play. You give them the power play, and you're in trouble. So I'm going to take the Ducks in that one. And nothing against Calgary. It's just what I see.
I see.
We do have Johnny Gaudreau though,
and we do have our home opener here for Calgary in the Ducks' first road game of the season. It
is Calgary's home opener. He needs to step up.
I have so many friends going. I'm so jealous. Should have gone to this one tonight.
What's the number one selling beer at the Calgary Flames game?
I don't know. It's some sort of draft, and it's flat by the time you get up to your seat.
Way overpriced.
I don't know.
Is it like $9 for like
yeah, it's like $9, and yeah,
it's crap.
It's never good.
You drink it, and you get all buzzed and happy, and as soon as you hit the outdoor air, you're sober. It's like I don't know what this is in this beer, but it
you're running on fumes.
It's true because you can do it at the Oilers games too. Probably, whatever. They put more oxygen in there, so you're all like, I don't know. This $9 beer, so as soon as you leave the arena, you're like, oh. I hit the fresh air, outdoor air. What the hell? I thought I had 10 of those things.
Yeah, but then they give you the 30-cent pretzels that are like hard as a rock, and the cheese is so salty that you're going back and you're getting like 6 more of those beers. So
you need 6 more of those beers. Yeah.
You do, just to wash one down.
Nice. I spent.
It's probably Molson.
I spent $420 on beer.
It's probably Molson. I say it might be even cheaper than Molson.
Worse. Kokanee.
Oh, that's too expensive now. Come on, it's probably like no name.
I don't know which way I'm going.
When I drank my Canadian beer was Sleeman's. That was my beer.
Oh yeah, Sleeman's.
That was my Canadian
Sleeman's
beer.
in the bottle.
Sleeman's.
So good.
Well, I like to get the spicy Caesars there, but they won't give you a lid for the spicy Caesars.
Bastards.
So then it's always a nightmare trying to carry that through.
Bastards.
You go upstairs,
I know.
especially if you got some food going with you, you're like, oh my goodness, this doesn't work.
I've always got food, and I've always got 2 drinks in my hand, and trying to balance everything in my heels and get upstairs. It's
like, what's the one thing that they have at the Calgary snack bar, like that you wouldn't find like at a U.S. snack bar, or like
I don't know, to be honest with you. Maybe the mini donuts. The mini donuts are everywhere. Are they down there?
No. And not at games.
Always mini donuts.
Not at games. Fresh mini donuts?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the line like for something like that?
There's not really.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I always get fresh mini donuts.
I would go to the game
I have
just for that. I would just go for that.
There you go. Well, come to Calgary Flames game. Be a lot of fun. We'll do an Oilers one. Right?
We'll go on tour.
Always live.
We'll go all the rinks. Yeah. All of them. How
That'd
many teams
fun.
are there? 30? It'd take us
30.
half a season.
Yeah.
32?
Yeah, it would take us. We could probably do it in a month and a half.
That could be a lot of fun.
It would be. I'm in. Maybe it'll be invigorate my love for the game.
I think it will. You can sing the Good Old Hockey Game. I love when they start playing that song.
I like my favorite hockey song is dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun.
They have that at baseball games too.
It's not the same as at hockey. I went to a hockey school. I had never seen hockey until I went to college. And I went to a hockey school. Tastes great. Less filling. Tastes great. It's awesome.
I have to say, I do love watching hockey at the Canadian Brew House up here, where they have all the lights and the bells and everything that go when the goals get scored. So much fun.
We used to do the goalie Civ chant was always a big one. BU. Goalie. Civ. Goalie.
The boss for Canadian Brew House and Edmonton.
How about the Who's Your Father referee song? Do you guys do that one?
I don't know that one. Who's Your Father referee?
Oh, God. That was
at
BU. The whole stadium would shake when they would sing the Who's Your Father referee song. Who's your father? Who's your father? Who's your father referee? Haven't got one, haven't got one. You're a bastard referee. The whole place would be just shaking, man. Everyone was singing it like at the top of their lungs. And then that would lead into the taste great, less filling. And, just the whole place. Bedlam.
And we wondered why refs were so hard on everyone. Just in a bad mood, period.
The goalie would skate onto the ice, and the whole place would just be screaming Civ.
Love
pointing.
Love it.
It's like it was tough building. A lot of
you can get into the Calgary game tonight for $14, but you're standing.
You can get in for $14?
Yeah, you're standing on the press level though. You're way up there, but you're standing and you're watching the game. $14.
Well, that's pretty cheap to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'd miss NFL.
You can find seats for $38. It's pretty cheap to get in. It's not expensive to get into Calgary at all. I'm sorry, but it's not.
My problem is all my friends are going to be in boxes, so that's where I want to be tonight. If I'm going,
well, yeah,
I'm going to be in the boxes.
No having to worry about carrying your Caesar up the stairs in high heels. Definitely not if you're in a box.
I'd want to be in a suite though if I was going.
Well,
that's the same idea.
This is the way Miami Hurricanes games worked in the old Orange Bowl. 2 binocular cases. One with binoculars, the other with about 4 joints of Jamaican sesame and a big bottle of 151 rum. Then you're ready to go to the game. Toronto's cheapest seat tonight is $150 to $200 for nosebleeds.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Massive.
I didn't realize
hockey is one of the sports that's way better live. The best was when I lived in Boston and there'd be like the giant snowstorm. And then you could go watch the Bruins play at the old Boston Garden. And it would be like nobody there. It was the best. Nobody would be there. The old God.
That's crazy. You can get tickets right behind the Calgary bench for like $71.
Oh, wow. Super cheap tonight. I don't think it's been that cheap in forever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
How's Ruffalo doing with those outros, Rod, in the hockey videos?
Getting better. Working on it.
All right. Got to shorten it down. I'm going to really shorten my intros and outros for the college football and for college hoops. NBA, I'm going to do the full Monty. I don't care. All right. Well, that pretty much covers it. Anyone got a parlay for today? Not a lot of action here. We spoke for over an hour and 10 minutes about nothing.
No parlay.
For me, I'm going to go Ducks, Seattle, and over in the Monday Nighter.
We're going to we're going to do
ahead.
premium VIP is going to be combo today, Monday combo. I think this will be the last combo because tomorrow will probably be a combo, but probably going forward, we should have a full schedule again. Anyways, go ahead, Joe. Sorry for cutting you off.
That's okay. Let's just do the totals in a parlay. We'll do the over for the Flyers Kraken, over for the Rangers and Leafs, and under for the St. Louis Blues and Arizona Coyotes in that one.
Mike Tomlin's mad at the referees. Imagine that.
Isn't everyone mad at the referees and the kickers? Like, all of them are on my hit list.
They're all on my hit list. Yeah, next Monday in the NBA, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games next Monday in the NBA. The NBA is going full tilt. Boston, Charlotte, Milwaukee, Indiana, Atlanta, Detroit, Washington, Brooklyn. I know Brian's got the Wizards in that one. Miami and Orlando, Toronto, Chicago, New Orleans, Minnesota. He's got the Timberwolves at home in that thing. Against Brian, you like the Timberwolves against the Pelicans next Monday?
The Timberwolves will be a team that I probably am on a lot this season.
They played well in the second half last year. They were on our list. I got to say.
Timberwolves, Sacramento Kings.
How about Cleveland?
No, not as I'm talking now. I don't see myself. Cleveland's just a different level.
What's Jamal Murray's status for Denver? Is he back?
No clue.
Kind of important. Klay Thompson looking like Christmas for the Warriors, but they say that he should be cleared to practice in about a month. Imagine with him what they're going to be like.
The Bulls, that's the team on my radar.
Your Chicago Bulls.
Orlando Magic. Portland Trailblazers.
Murray's not back at the start of the season. No Murray.
Miami Heat. Toronto Raptors.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Have an awesome day. Let's make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. See you tomorrow. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow.